Hi, it's Brandon Smitley here from thirstgym.com. Today we're talking about an exercise called the close grip pin press versus bands. All right, for this particular exercise, what you're going to want is a rack with a rod and pipe based system or a safety catch system, and then we're going to place our barbell on there. You're also going to want a way to be able to set up bands, so we've got band pegs on this rack, but you can also do dumbbells. You can even loop them around the bottom of the rack as well, all totally acceptable. You do want to use bands that are able to be doubled, so double mini bands works for the majority of people. If you happen to be a female benching less than 200 pounds, you probably want to use micro mini bands. If you're benching well over 400 pounds, then you can probably get away with monster mini bands for this variation. But this particular close grip pin variation is fantastic for developing starting strength and rate of force development. And we'll kind of go into that a little bit later here, but hopefully this gives you the setup. So we're just going to get in our normal close grip bench press position here. So set my back, set my feet, bring that bar so it's right above the line on my chest. I'm gonna try to meet the chest with my barbell, keep my, meet my chest to the barbell, I'm sorry. We're gonna make sure I keep my feet planted nice and firm. Elbows are tucked in, thumbs can be around the bar or false grip, that's personal preference. Your hands are just gonna be inside your close grip position, or I'm sorry, inside your bench press position to a close grip. Most people it's gonna be arms straight out in front, but adjust as needed based upon how you're built. And then big breath, big powerful push, and then back down to the rack. And then you can see how that kind of goes from there. Then I move the bar this way, and then get out of position. So we talked about how great this is for developing rate of force development, or improving rate of force development, improving starting strength. That's because the bands provide the overloaded, overspeed eccentric, and so when we actually go to press off the pins, it's continuing to accommodate, but it's also pulling us down. But it's always pulling in this rack, even though it's sitting here. It's just not going anywhere, right? So that's what makes it really hard to break off the pins, which is what makes it great for improving rate of force development. You're gonna have to be able to push that thing incredibly fast to get it going. So this is gonna work great as a max effort exercise. It will definitely let you know if your barbell's in the right position, because if you're in the wrong position, the bars are going to struggle to break, or if you miss, you may see the barbell start to move. So this can help you with some positional things, but it's also just going to continue to drive through those triceps and really challenge you. So a hard single, double, or triple would be fantastic, and since it's concentric only, you're just letting it drop down here. It's a great way that you can use bands without getting all that extra eccentric stress into your elbows and your wrists. Make sure you got a pin system for this, ideally, because that rattling through, once you got some heavy weight, if you don't have a good rod and pin based system, you might really start to feel that in your elbows and your wrists anyways, just because that force has got to dissipate somewhere. If it's not going to the rod and pins, it's going to the bar, which means it's going into your hands. The other thing is you use a supplemental exercise to build your bench press. Probably a great thing for this exercise, if I'm being honest. Sets of 3 to 5, really focusing on a particular range of motion that's going to help your bench press and really overload your triceps. And then you can also use it as speed work, which is where I really like and think that this exercise shines, because you're going to get that rate of force development right off the chest. If you're trying to work on power, you're not going to have an eccentric load to go, and many sports and athletes will understand that you just got to push something out of the way. You don't get to like come back and push. You usually just got to give a good shove, thinking about like football or wrestling or even shot put, and you're up here, it's just going to go, right? So this is going to help you develop that kind of strength, in particular speed strength, and you're going to want to use around 40 to 60% of the load of the barbell plus the bands, and then do this for like 3 to 5 reps as fast as you can, letting it come to a dead stop on the pins each and every single time. So regardless of what you're doing, let it come to a stop on the pins, start on the pins, work on the starting strength of the exercise, and this is going to be a very beneficial tool to really help your bench press. So if you got any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks, have a great day.